Hi guys, welcome back to the Loud 20s with Jessa. I'm going to be telling you about why you should look forward to adulting. A lot of the times we think becoming an adult is a scary thing because we don't know what's going to come, and being a teenager, being still a child, you haven't seen more of the world, and your view of the world is probably a little bit more limited, and you are just in this fear state. And I'm here to give you the reassurance that everything is going to be okay, and I'm here to give you reasons why you should look forward to being an adult. So let's get started. The first one being that there is so much to see in the world. I think we all hear that, like, oh, there's so much to see in the world. Don't be so down. Like, you can do this, this, and that. And people say that because it's true. Think about this. You're 18 years old, or, you're just in the stages of adulting. How much have you seen in your 18 years of life? I would give it a guess that you've only seen the walls of the schools that you've been a student at, your elementary school, middle school, high school, or whatever it is. You've seen that. Maybe you've been on a few family trips, but it's always with the same people in your family. Maybe you've been a part of sports and you've been able to travel and go to different schools and cities uh, to compete in certain sports, right? But in those 18 years, whether you haven't experienced that much or you think you've experienced a lot, if that is what you're seeing in 18 years, there is about maybe 80 more years to go. You can really live for as long as 100, and it's possible. And within the rest of that time, you can see more. And obviously one of them would be like going out to travel, going out to other countries. A lot of people have dreams of going to see other countries, and it's very, very possible. And also there are experiences that you might want to look forward to, like getting a career. Getting a career is not a bad thing that chokes you or should feel pressuring. Getting a career should mean doing something that you absolutely love. And guess what? You are not supposed to know that when you're 18 and just now starting adulthood. How the heck are you gonna go to college and say, hey, I want to be an engineer? I know it. And go to college and then go through more life experiences as an adult and then still be in the same mindset that that is what you want to do. You go through a lot of different experiences, and I believe that you should not be fixed to just being in one career because there's so much to see. Ask any adult, a lot of the times their first career isn't their first, or their first career isn't their forever career. And maybe you get started on a career, but then you can build on top of that and learn more things. There's a lot to see. So places to travel to, different working opportunities. And when we say working opportunities or career opportunities, that just means passion projects, finding things that you really love to do and finding things that bring service to the world. So that brings me on to the next point, which is you have the opportunity to create the future. Not just a future, but the future. You can literally paint the picture in your mind of what your dream future is, and you can make that happen. Do not underestimate yourself. You literally have everything in your freaking mind. Okay? So, whatever it is that you want, like I said, going to travel, maybe trying this career out and finding ways to help other people, you can literally imagine that and it can come true because everything is in your hands. You have the free will to make whatever choices you want. And here's the thing, some may say, oh, but it's really hard if you don't have money to start with. Oh, it's really hard if this, and that. Those are just excuses. There are people out there who are at the lowest of the lowest and they've made it super far. There are people who are where they are because they had to go through super hard stuff. You think the most successful people didn't go through anything hard at all? Heck no. It's the people who are at the very top, who have a seat at the table, who have the most wealth, who've been through the most freaking tough times. The people who have the strongest minds, who are super smart, they've been through it. So I don't want to hear excuses that it's too hard or I don't have the resources, because you can literally create the resources, find the resources, especially as a young person. You are strong in the body, you are strong in the mind. You know what? When you're 18 years old, when you're early in your life, you don't have as much information or memories in your head compared to a 50-year-old who's been through so much. A 50-year-old has a lot that they have to carry and a lot of trauma that they have to uncover and unpeel if they want to all of a sudden move up to the next level. You may have gone through some trauma, but you have the space and the opportunity to unpeel that, to heal, and then do better things for the rest of the freaking 80 years. So you can create the future, whether it's having a certain type of marriage, whether it's living in a certain type of house or city, you have the opportunity to make that happen. Do not take this for granted. This is the strongest power that you could possibly have, plus your heart. You know, these two work hand in hand, your mind and your heart. And what really drives the mind is oftentimes what's going on in the heart. If you feel passionate about something, if there's something that you really want to try, that you really want to do, it starts in the heart because it's this beautiful feeling. And then your mind creates the beautiful vision, and then you make it happen in the physical world. Okay? And now this brings me to my third point. It gets better along the way. And it gets better as long as you choose to make it better. I know. Sometimes it seems like things are hopeless. You're like, man, like I need to go to college and I need to work super hard and get a career and make this amount of money. Is that such a bad thing? Is that such a bad thing to work hard for goals so that you can have more wealth and more opportunities for yourself and for the people who you love? It's not really a bad thing to do those things. If anything, it's a great thing to have purpose and to work for these amazing, beautiful things and get access to that. It gets better along the way. And the only way it's not going to get better along the way is if you choose things that are not so good. I'll tell you this. We always have two options, the light and the dark, the good and the bad. You always have that option whenever you do something. And it may not always be clear in every situation, and in some situations it is very clear. Is it right to pay for my groceries, or am I going to do the wrong thing and run out with my groceries and steal from a store? It's obvious what is good and what is bad. That is your free will. And the more you choose the good things, the more good things happen to you. You know it. You don't act like you don't know right from wrong. And if you don't know right from wrong, you are going to learn along the way. And I say that you have the ability to make the choice from right from wrong. And sometimes we don't know it just yet. And we have to go through experiences to discover what is right for us and what is wrong. And that's just a part of life. But the more that you go through it, the more you start to get the skill of discernment for you to say, oh, I know that if I do this, this is going to do good things for me. For example, if you have to get your oil changed, the good thing or the bad thing, this might be a little like a more simple example. There's a good thing and the bad thing when it's time to get your oil changed. The right thing would be to be smart, be proactive, and get your oil changed. The wrong thing would be to be lazy and not take care of your car and just let it sit there and continue driving it even though you know there's a problem that needs to be fixed. Literally, that's a perfect example to point out right and wrong. What is the right thing to do? The right thing is get your oil changed to get your car fixed, and you can use that car to go out and seek opportunities. Whether it's going to drive to your college class, or maybe you're driving to work and you're meeting people who are very influential. Maybe you literally just need to go to your job at the grocery store to make some money and save some money. You know, there is a lot to learn and a lot to go through, but you get to choose where to go, and it can get better. Okay, so that's it for today. I told you that there's so much to see in the world. You have the opportunity to create the future, and it gets better as long as you choose for it to get better. I hope this helps, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Have fun adulting. I'm here for any questions. Bye.